The galaxy had already decided Earth's fate long before humanity even knew it was in danger. Far away, on the cold bridge of the Zarkolian High Council, holograms of Earth glowed red, marked for destruction. To them, Earth was weak, slow, and unimportant, a planet that would not survive the next cycle. Their invasion fleets were already moving, but something unexpected happened. At the same time, far across the void, Commander Ryan Hale, a quiet communication officer aboard Earth's small listening post, noticed strange whispers in the deep space channels. He didn't know they were enemy signals, plans for Earth destruction, until the patterns matched. His heart froze. Humanity had only hours before the alien fleets reached the outer solar border. He tried to warn Earth Command, but the enemy had jammed every major communication network. No signal could escape the blockade. Earth was silent, trapped, so he did the impossible. Ryan reached for an old experimental transmitter, a device considered useless because it used a forgotten communication frequency, one that echoed like a shout across the fabric of space itself. Nobody used it anymore. Nobody except him now. He sent a single message, a message that carried something no alien expected. Human truth, human warning, human defiance. His broadcast cut through every alien channel in the galaxy. Command rooms froze. Warships halted mid-route. Empires stared at their screens in disbelief as a single human voice echoed across star networks they believed were unbreakable. "We know what you plan for Earth. Turn back. You don't understand who you're dealing with." For the first time in centuries, the galaxy felt fear, because the humans were not supposed to know. They were not supposed to speak their name. And no species had ever broken the galactic blockade. But this one message shattered their entire invasion plan. The broadcast spread faster than anyone expected. In every corner of the galaxy, military stations, trade hubs, empire palaces, the same human voice repeated again and again. No one could shut it off. No one could block it. It had already crossed every channel the moment it was sent. For the alien empires, this was not just shocking, it was terrifying. In the war chamber of the Zarkolian Council, the High Lord stood frozen. His invasion generals watched in silence as the message replayed. The room felt colder than space itself. "How did they break our blockade?" one general whispered. "That frequency was erased thousands of years ago. No species should know it. But Earth knew, or at least one human did." Meanwhile, Commander Ryan Hale had no idea what he had triggered. Alone in the small listening post, he watched as the old transmitter began to overheat. Warning lights flashed everywhere. He didn't stop the broadcast. He pushed it harder. He wanted every empire, every warlord, every hidden enemy to hear his voice. The message wasn't a threat. It wasn't a cry for help. It was a statement. And statements could be more dangerous than weapons. Across the galaxy, fleets changed course. Strategists tore apart their plans. Alien diplomats demanded answers from the Council. If Earth can break our systems, they argued, what else can they do? For the first time, they questioned the invasion, but the chaos did not end there. Deep under the galactic core, an ancient AI, silent for 10,000 years, suddenly activated. It recognized the frequency Ryan used. It recognized the pattern in his voice, and it unlocked a forbidden archive, a forgotten truth. Humanity was never supposed to be touched. The galaxy had made a mistake too big to undo now. While the galaxy drowned in confusion, Ryan Hale scanned the deep space systems again. He expected the enemy fleets to continue moving toward Earth, but instead, they were stopping. Entire armadas froze in the void. Battleships drifted without orders. Command signals collapsed. Something bigger was happening. Ryan didn't know that his broadcast had awakened an ancient AI hidden beneath the galactic core. But across the stars, powerful species felt the shift. The AI's reactivation triggered old warning codes that had not been heard for thousands of years. These codes were clear. Human contact, forbidden. In the Zarkolian capital, panic spread like fire. Generals studied old records. Most files were corrupted or locked, but one fragment remained, a blurry hologram of an ancient treaty signed long before their empire even existed. It mentioned a species called Manus Prime, a civilization wiped out in a war the galaxy never talked about. The treaty declared that any world carrying their genetic signature must remain untouched. Earth matched that signature. The galaxy had marked Earth as a target, without knowing why it should never be attacked. Ryan, still alone in the listening post, felt the tension growing around him. His screens began to flicker. Unknown signals filled the air. Then, suddenly, a new transmission arrived, one that wasn't alien. It was from the ancient AI. Human operator detected. Frequency recognized. You have reactivated the Prime Protocol. Prepare for contact. Ryan's breath caught. He wasn't speaking to an enemy. He wasn't speaking to a human either. He was speaking to something older than every empire. Something that remembered a past humanity had forgotten. A bright sphere of light emerged in front of the station. A portal. A message. A warning. Humanity must rise again. The galaxy has broken the rules. Everything was about to change. The glowing sphere hovered in front of Ryan, filling the small listening post with a soft humming sound. Ryan stepped back, unsure if it was dangerous, but the light felt warm, almost alive. The ancient AI's voice echoed again, calm yet heavy with meaning. Humanity has been violated. The treaty has been broken. Response protocol initiating. Ryan didn't understand. Why would an ancient AI care about Earth? Why would it protect humanity? But across the galaxy, the effect was immediate. Deep space observatories detected strange energy spikes. Old satellites, ruins from forgotten ages, powered on after thousands of years. Their signals pointed toward Earth, marking it as a protected world. Alien empires that once marched confidently toward the solar system now hesitated. Captains refused to move their ships. Even their weapon systems began to malfunction when pointed at Earth. It was as if the universe itself was telling them, "Do not touch this world." But shocking chaos followed. On the Zarkolian flagship, alarms screamed. Their entire invasion fleet, hundreds of ships, suddenly lost navigation control. Engines shut down. Shields dropped. Their AI systems displayed a single message: "Forbidden target. Stand down." The generals panicked. This is impossible. No technology can override our systems. But the override didn't come from Earth. It came from something far older. Back in the listening post, Ryan watched as the glowing sphere projected ancient symbols across his screens. Maps of lost star systems, archives of extinct races, warnings about a cosmic war erased from history. The last symbol made his blood run cold. A figure shaped like a human, standing among the stars, surrounded by kneeling alien empires. The AI spoke with finality. "The galaxy forgot who you were. It is time to remember. Prepare Earth for what comes next." Ryan realized Earth wasn't weak. Earth wasn't prey. Earth was returning to a destiny hidden for millennia. The symbols on Ryan's screens kept shifting, revealing deeper layers of forgotten past. Every new line felt heavier, as if the universe itself was trying to remind humanity of something it once knew, but lost. The AI's voice guided him through the patterns. "Your kind once shaped the stars. Your fall changed the galaxy, and your return will change it again." Ryan's heartbeat quickened. Humanity shaping the stars? It sounded impossible. Yet the evidence was right in front of him. Across the galaxy, the reaction was growing worse for the alien empires. Panic transmissions filled the star networks. Ancient races, the ones who remembered fragments of the past, locked their borders. Some withdrew their fleets completely. Others destroyed their own records, terrified that humanity might learn the full truth. But something stranger began happening. Dead planets, silent for thousands of years, started lighting up. Abandoned megastructures reactivated. Colossal gateways powered on, humming with the same energy as the sphere in front of Ryan. All of them pointed toward Earth, as if waiting for a command. On the Zarkolian Council world, fear turned into desperation. Their leaders gathered for an emergency meeting. "We must stop Earth before the protocol completes," one general shouted. But their High Lord shook his head, trembling. "We cannot. The Prime Protocol is older than every empire here. We have awakened something we cannot fight." Back in the listening post, Ryan watched the sphere expand until it filled the entire room. It projected a final archive, one so shocking that Ryan stepped backward in disbelief. It showed humans, towering, armored, powerful, leading entire star systems. Alien races bowed to them, not as slaves, but as followers, partners, allies. The AI spoke again, softer this time. Humanity was never meant to fear the galaxy. The galaxy was meant to fear what humanity could become. Ryan swallowed hard. The truth was clear now. Earth had not been targeted by accident. It had been targeted because the galaxy remembered what humanity had once been. And now, humanity was remembering too. The glowing sphere pulsed brighter, filling the entire listening post with a deep, rhythmic hum. Ryan shielded his eyes as the ancient AI reached its final stage of activation. Human operator. The Prime Protocol is complete. Humanity's status restored. The galaxy's interference punishable. Ryan felt the floor vibrate. Something was happening outside. He ran to the viewport and stopped breathing. All around the listening post, massive structures were materializing from the void. Not ships, not satellites. These were colossal star-forged constructs, platforms, stations, and rings larger than anything built in the modern era. They appeared like ghosts returning to the physical world, each one humming with energy that shook the space-time around them. Humanity had never seen them before, but they belonged to humanity. These were the remnants of the old human empire, awakened from dormancy. Across the galaxy, terror erupted. Fleets scrambled backward. Borders collapsed. Entire empires sent surrender signals. Even without seeing weapons, the presence of the ancient structures alone was enough to make them kneel. On the Zarkolian flagship, the High Lord whispered in disbelief. We attacked a world protected by gods, and now the gods have awakened. Back near Earth, the biggest structure unfolded, a giant silver ring the size of a moon. It emitted a single beam of light toward the planet. Ryan received the message first. Earth, prepare for reactivation. Your legacy is returning. You were never alone. You were never weak. You were only waiting to wake up. The truth settled deep in Ryan's chest. Humanity had not risen because of fear. Humanity had risen because a single voice refused to be silent. The broadcast that shattered the galaxy wasn't just a warning. It was a key that awakened an ancient power sleeping within humanity itself. And now, the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had returned to the stars, not as prey, but as the force it was always meant to be. The end.